This first dream was so intriguing to me. I was thinking of turning it into a story, but I have so many things started, I just can't commit to it. So maybe in the future I'll use it, but it's too fun not to share. So it starts out I'm standing in a long, wide hallway with a concrete floor and an arched ceiling of roof trusses made of metal. Doors line the walls on either side, which seem to go on forever, and in my mind I know they do, for each doorway leads to a different time period or dimension, and there are an infinite number of dimensions. I find myself within a hell realm that exists beyond one of these doors. I'm sitting on a hill of garbage beside a small fire with a group of friends, and I'm holding a paper plate of soggy old French fries, bugs, and other rotten food. I observe my surroundings. The piles of garbage have formed a makeshift coliseum, and on the field there are several individuals in black robes facing a witch who has just emerged from a gated entrance. She hovers in the air and flies toward them, throwing blue fireballs that she creates in her hands. I get the feeling she's a ruler of this realm, and these people aren't competition for her, just weak, defenseless victims to kill for entertainment. Once she destroys the black-robed figures, her eyes scan the fires and groups of people huddled together on the garbage heaps. Her gaze falls on me and my companions, and she starts to chase after us. We get up and skedaddle, and I feel like I'm in a Scooby-Doo episode as we run back out into the hallway and start making our way quickly from door to door as we escape our pursuer. I get separated from my companions, who actually in reality I have no idea who they are. They're strangers. In my dream, they're my friends. So I get separated from them and I end up hiding in a bathroom stall. The witch follows me. I hear her footsteps clicking upon the bathroom floor, and after a moment of silence, and just like in scary movies, her eye suddenly appears through the cracks of the stall door and scares the bejesus out of me. I barrel past the witch and run back out into the hallway. As I catch my breath, I find a small girl standing in the middle of the hallway, and she says she's lost. I take her hand and agree to help her. And then my friends show up, except for one, the man I had a crush on, and I feel my insides tear apart, and I don't want to leave without him, especially since I never told him how I felt, but my friends insist we have to leave. I ignore them, pick a door at random, and run through it, hoping my intuition will lead me to my crush. Inside the door, I am standing at the bottom of a stage in the 1960s watching the Beatles perform. The lead singer is belting out a ballad dedicated to me, and it isn't John or Paul singing. It is my lost love. I'm filled with so much relief and happiness from the knowledge that he isn't dead or missing. My dream ends with me covering my face, crying as I watch him sing to me, his foot propped up on one of the speakers as he holds the mic stand sideways. And this is something I find very fascinating about dreams. You go on adventures with people you have never seen in reality, and yet in your dreams you feel like you've known them your whole life. You fall in love and feel the passion inside your heart with such intensity that you're sure it's for real, and you even shed tears for these people you care for, only to wake up and realize they were strangers. A stranger who held your heart for a few moments in the night, a feeling that lasts upon waking and then slowly dissipates. And what does this mean? I like to think that these people in my dreams are those I've met in another life, for how could my subconscious generate such sincere emotions that I'm able to remember after I wake up? Unless emotions are concoctions of our imagination, but I don't think that is the case. So this next dream actually is from a different night, or these next two dreams. So the first one is there's a single holly plant on top of a steep, desolate hill that is covered in snow. The hill rises above a field of black smoke that issues from the ground like the fumaroles on the barren lands of the North Geyser Basin of Yellowstone. As I gaze upon this single plant cast against a backdrop of gray skies that is struggling to survive, I hear someone say that it smells unpleasant, and I decide to smell the plant myself, and I disagree. It smells like flowers. And I don't know what type of flower, but I remember waking up thinking that it smelled pleasant like flowers, which is kind of interesting to me how we can smell in our dreams or recall the way things smell. So next I'm on the lower level of a strange house pulling up the floorboards. When I have thrown several boards aside, I find a dark hole in the ground, and I say out loud, "What's down there?" A man whose face I don't see climbs into the hole and disappears. I fear what might be down there in the darkness, and I worry about the man's safety. I shine a light into the darkness, and it's as if the darkness swallows the light, preventing it from revealing any of its secrets. After staring into the depths for I don't know how long, the man reappears, his hands holding onto a ladder that I hadn't noticed before, and he beckons me to follow. I descend the ladder. Eventually, the darkness gives way to a dim light that increases in intensity until it's a muffled glow running along the walls of an old mine shaft. I'm still climbing down the ladder, which is moldy, wooden, and I feel that it might collapse. I finally see the man's face, which causes me to pause mid-step. I cringe as I realize that it's this asshat I used to know. But I'm already down this far, so I keep climbing and try to ignore the idiot face below me who I'd just really like to kick in the face. I climb past old mining tracks, and then the walls, floors, and ceilings open up all around me, and it looks like the mountain has been gutted. Above me, I don't see the same path I had come, but a vast openness. I can see the various levels of mine shafts along the walls above and below me, and the walls open, revealing lanterns and old mining equipment, and everything is very old and dirty, covered in black grime, and everything looks like it's decades old. And we continue to descend down the ladder, and to my left an arched opening appears through which the sun shines and illuminated a river that flows in from the outside. The archway reminds me of one of the caverns in the Batu caves in Malaysia, and the, if you scroll down, you'll see a picture there that my sister took on a visit there, and the archway in my dream was just like that, with a soft glow filtering in from the outside, except in my dream there was a river on the ground, except instead of people and steps and such. So, and that is it.